Howdy everybody, and welcome to Sunburst Scooter Town. Scooter Town's a fun imaginary place where you get to drive around in cars. Now, there's three main rules that you all have to follow. You have to follow the rules because life is good when you follow the rules, and if you don't, there's often consequences. In Scooter Town, the consequences, you could end up in the Scooter Town jail, which could be a timeout for 5 minutes or the entire time, depending on how bad your offense is. Now listen up closely, because there's three rules that y'all gotta follow. Alright, rule number 1 is you must always be on your bottom. That means seated on the scooter on your bottom. You can never stand up or be on your knees. One reason's for safety, and the other reason is when you're on your knees, you tend to push up or down on the handlebars. And you can never, ever, ever, never push up or down on the handlebars. We got a bunch of broken scooters from people pushing up and down on the handlebars. That's not the way they work. You're allowed to push them from side to side. That's how you make your car go. But you never push down on them or pull up on them, because eventually they'll break, and that will land you in jail. So side to side, yes. Up and down, no, no, no. After midnight, out in the moonlight. Okay, rule number 2. No touching other people or other people's scooters. So basically, you just got to keep your hands to yourself. Not only can you not touch them with your hands, there is no touching anyone, including running into them with your scooter. So you need to be careful when you're driving. You got to watch where you're going and don't follow too closely behind other folks. Because you know what? If they stop suddenly, you're likely to run into them, and that would be breaking one of the rules. So be careful. No touching anyone or their scooters, and no crashing into anybody. Okay, rule number 3 is you got to stay within the Scooter Town city limits. In other words, Scooter Town is a certain area. It's 2 very large basketball courts that's surrounded by some other communities. When you're in your car, you got to stay within the city limits. Your Scooter Town driver's license is not good for driving out of town. So you want to leave town, you can do that. There's 2 parking lots you can go to. You can park your car and leave town, but you can't just park anywhere. There's 2 special lots. Here's one of them right here on this photo. It faces out towards the building, and you can park your car right there with your wheels lined in. That big line right there, you just pull your wheels up and you just park your car right there. Now, you can park your car there, and then you can go do some exploring outside of town, but you can't drive your scooter outside of the city limits. So if you park your car there, there's a couple of places that you can go visit. You can hop out of your car and you can go over, and right up by those buildings is what we call a retirement community. Retirement communities where old folks live, and about time you're at Scooter Town is about the same time that folks lay down for their afternoon nap. So if you want to park your car right there at the lot, you can run up to the retirement community and visit a few things up there. They got a QT. At the QT, there's a boys' bathroom and a girls' bathroom, and there's a pretend soda fountain up there. You can see it in the picture. Now, notice the kids are running up there, but they left their cars behind in the parking lot. And one more thing about visiting that retirement community up there, you gotta be really, really quiet. Park your car and then go on up, but no making any noises, because you might wake up the sleeping folks. And that, my friends, is a violation of the law. Now, if you park your car over there in the retirement community parking lot, you can also go up to the corner, way up that yonder corner to the other drinking fountain. That, my friends, is known as Alaska. Alaska, the land of the cold glaciers. You can get yourself a nice cold glass of water over there. Not a glass of water, but drink from the water fountain. And then you can make your way back down to your parked car, parked in the retirement community parking lot. Okay, if you look over there, the other side, the far side of the parking lot where the ground looks a little whiter down below from that other drinking fountain, friends, that area is another border of our city, and it is called Alaska, the land of the cold. Now, you may not, I repeat, you may not drive your scooter out of town. So no scooters allowed in Alaska. When we get outside, we'll probably take a walk all the way around Scooter Town. But that wide area known as Alaska is not a place where you can drive around, because your Scooter Town driver's license is only good for the Scooter Town Square. Okay, straight across from Alaska, way over the other boundary of Scooter Town, is known as the Grasslands. And your scooter is not authorized to go on the grasslands. You'd need a special ATV vehicle for that. So look over on this border where the grass is. You can't go out that way either. You can drive behind that pole. That's one of the gas stations, and we'll show you a picture of that in a minute. But that is another edge of town where you can drive to the edge of town. You can't park your car, because you can only park in two parking lots. One I just showed you, the retirement center parking lot. And another parking lot you can park on is right up next to the amusement park, better known as Cedar Ridge. Now, if you want to visit the amusement park known as Cedar Ridge, you got to put your two front wheels right in that groove where those kiddos are about to park. And then when you get there, you can park your car and you can get out and you can attend the amusement park and run around and play on that playground. So if you want to run around and play on the playground, you got to park your car properly in parking lot number 2, the Cedar Ridge parking lot, and then you can go play. And when you're ready to drive around Scooter Town some more, just hop in your car and drive around. Remember, only drivers in Scooter Town, no running around, and no driving your car outside of Scooter Town. If you want to leave Scooter Town to visit the amusement park or to visit the retirement center or get a cold drink of water from Alaska, you got to park your car in one of the two lots. So when you are driving around Scooter Town, there are some places you can visit as long as you stay in the town. There are 4 gas stations. And when you get to a gas station, you got to follow the traffic arrows. This first here station we're going to show you is right next to the grasslands. And then if you look straight ahead, you can follow that arrow down the road. And there's another purple gas station right there as well. Now, if there's a line for gas at the pump, you're going to have to wait your turn. And when you pull up, you can just reach over, grab that pretend pump, and fill her up, and then be on your way. So as I said, there are 4 gas stations. On the other side of town, next to the border of Alaska, are other gas stations as well, where you can fill up or even get a car wash. All right, friends, you're just about ready to go out and go to Scooter Town today. Remember, 3 main rules. 1, you must always be on your bottom. Number 2, no touching anyone else. No touching them with your hands or crashing into them at all. And rule number 3 is you gotta stay in the Scooter Town Square while you're on your scooter. If you want to leave, there's 2 places you can park your car and visit. You can park your car at the Cedar Ridge Amusement Park parking lot and then go play on the playground. And whenever you're ready, you can hop back in your car and drive around the square. And you can park in the retirement center parking lot and run on up to the QT and get yourself a snack. But remember, you gotta be quiet because retired folks are taking their nap about this time. Well, life is good when you follow the rules, and so is Scooter Town. Enjoy!